So, part 2, Housdale Riot, the ambush, right? So, like I was saying, we had the interaction, our two groups stand off, a little bit of words of this, a little bit of words of that. So I don't think I did talk too much that one. I think that was a different situation. I don't want to mislead, man. So I think I was more quiet with that stand off. And then I remember where their big homie said about me supposed to be doing a hit on somebody, which was true. It just wasn't supposed to be when he left. So if you remember that part, if you watched part 1, if not, go back and watch it to catch up. So I went, we were leaving as yard ended. You know, this was where the two big homies met in the middle. Everything's supposed to be squashed, right? I don't believe it. I tell the big homie that. He don't listen. Like I said, he just made parole, so I get it. He was trying to avoid. I don't blame him for that. You know what I mean? And like I said, he ended up riding in that war hard. So what I initially thought at the time, he counteracted. So, you know, we're leaving the yard. This is why upstate, you should never leave the yard until always be last in the yard, so nobody's ever behind you. But if people try to do that, some people are rushing in to get in showers and this and that. But you always got to be diligent, man. You can't put yourself in a place of vulnerability like that. However, we got to move as a group. You know what I mean? This, like I said, this was a dangerous jail. People roll deep in this jail. Certain jails have limits to how many people can congregate in a group. Maybe 5 people at a time, 10. Housdale was just people didn't listen, like because the convicts ran the jail. The prison, you know. So as we're leaving, like I said, I thought I saw someone running up. So I stepped to the side of the big homie. We're leaving out the gate. He's here. Everybody's here. I'm there. Nobody's paying attention, but I'm always hyper alert. Like, damn. So I stepped to the side of him because it looked like someone's running up. Once it did, I feel boom. Now, like I said, when you get cut, you don't know it necessarily. Unless you got cut before. I was cut before upstate in a previous jail, right? So I talked about that briefly. I would get to that story in a different prison diaries. So I was like, damn, I already got this scar right here. The guy hit me across here, right? So I'm like, now mind you, I'll explain at the end, but that's what I felt. It was definitely an attempt at a cut. I think he used the wrong end of the razor maybe. It only cut like a little bit right here. Either way, I'm happy, but it gave me adrenaline boost because that whole war, I didn't see nothing but the enemy. I swear, I didn't see none of my own side riding. They did, because I got verification from the other side when we talked in the hole and all that. It's just that I was so focused after that dude tried to cut me, thinking I had an X on my face now, because this wasn't healed. This was still spread nice, but it was along the jawline. It's not too bad. These ones, I've seen these ones. When people get cut across here, even when it heals, like, it looks ugly, man, and that's the place to do it. So the dude must have just had the wrong end of the razor. Like I said, dudes calmly had it. I had mine in my mouth as well. I didn't even remember it until the end of the war. I wouldn't have pulled it out anyway, because what are you going to do with a friggin', dude's got wax this big and all. So, have to stand up for this, right? So, bang, we're walking out the yard. Boom, boom, boom. See him coming up. I go to the side of my homie like this, the big homie. And boom, stumble a little bit. Dude dips back and goes with his homies. Like 10, 15, I don't think 15, 10. It was a few of that group, the Bloods. You know what I mean? Or, so he must have handed off. I just go in there because now I'm mad. I'm just teeing on A, but boo, 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 boo. It was so many dudes, at first they all started to jump me, but it was too many people for one guy. So I guess they found better things to do with other members of my side. So we're getting it in, man. That's all I remember. I'm swinging. They're swinging, da-da-da-da. Most of them disperse. It wasn't that amount on me the whole time. It was a very short time, because that's too many people for one person. Anybody that has been in this situation knows. Or on the other end, you can't, that many people, you're going to end up hitting each other. It happened to me when me and my boys violated jurors for another situation, which if you stay tuned, you will find out about all of this. You know what I mean? We're already called for it, so I'm not name dropping nobody that. So, go back, right? So, too many people, right? So, it's about whatever, that group. Very quickly, they start dispersing to wherever else, doing whatever else. I don't see anything. I'm seeing what's in front of me. So, pretty quickly, it was only 2 or 3 guys on me, right? And then I don't know how long elapsed. It seems like eternity when you're in a riot, a war, whatever. You know what I mean? And I say Riot, but I think this involved like up to like 50 people, 30 to 50. It could kicked out, as far as I was told, it kicked out like 30-some people. I know some people didn't get kicked out, so that's why I'm estimating that. It's not like some of the Cali riots where it was the whole, but it was a few major groups. So I'm using that term. I'm trying to be transparent and relaying this story and as honest as possible, as far as my memory allows. So, bam, whatever. So pretty quickly, like I said, it's down to 2 or 3 dudes. One's grabbing him. I think it's my man Animal too, bro. No hard feelings, bro. Like, we talked after that and all. He said that I hit him. I don't remember. He's like, bro, you're the only person to hit me in the whole war. He's not on that gang stuff no more. He's Muslim. Alhamdulillah. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff, man. But I respect him though. But he's on opposite ends, so that's how you got to get down. So whatever. I think it was him and someone else. I forget. This is years ago. This is 07, 08. You know what I mean? And a lot of stuff has happened since then. So I'm backpedaling, bang, bang. And this is the only time. I didn't fall the whole war except for this time. But he's like, yo, stab him. Hold, timeout, bro. Everybody, take your side. 60-second timeout. Did you say? I'm joking. You can't obviously call timeout in a fucking riot. You just got so backpedal, and I trip. And when I trip, I catch myself like this. So I'm on my hands. It's the only time I touched the ground in this whole war, and I'm very proud of that. Because like I said, there was however many of them, and it was about 13 of us, I believe. I don't know if that many rocked out on my side. I think it was 11. I think there was 13 a yard to begin with, but that's the number I remembered over years. I don't know. We were severely outnumbered, though. So like I said, it just popped off everywhere. So, bang, that's what I remember. Doom. When I finally got up, they go wherever. He just stabbed me right here, but barely punctured. I think I had a light coat on, barely punctured. Dude never stabbed nobody before, you could tell. He wasn't stabbing hard enough. You can't. That it doesn't matter. He wasn't stabbing hard enough. Obviously, it was his first time in that situation. He has never stabbed anybody before. You know what I mean? So, and please don't take that advice negatively, man. I just explaining the story, like, don't stab anybody. but so boom, like I said, there I had a little puncture wound. Then as far as I remember, I don't remember much more. I get up and I'm looking around like, where's us? And I see people going at it, right? But I don't recognize anyone. Why is this person fighting that person? It's us against them, right? So why is there 2 random people fighting? Cops, COs are getting punched. Because in that situation, the COs are supposed to wait for backup. So they're just sitting there watching. But eventually, I guess one of them said something. I think, he maxed out, said he didn't charge him. He got caught. It might have been, I think Animal pieced up one of them. No, but they would have charged him probably. Maybe not, but whatever. I can't remember the details. I know a couple COs were getting punched on. There was like 3 shots in the gun tower. I don't know anybody that got shot. We would have known that. Maybe it was rubber bullets. I don't think they have rubber bullets up there. Maybe it was warning shots. But whatever. That was a situation. So the yard's breaking out in like situations. And one of my homies like, yo, come on. We're going. I'm like, no. We're still back there. He's like, yo, everybody's gone. Let's go. So we're going back to the block. And on the way back, that's when I realized I had the razor in my mouth the whole time. I'm like, fuck. So I spit it out. So there's a gate here. All right, you got the gate for the yard. Then you got, as far as I remember, I think there's one other gate. When you walk out the yard, boom, there's another gate right here, and then the blocks, right? So the guard that stands that monitors that gate's like, if you're involved, step that way. If you weren't, go to your block. At first I had, like, what? And he's looking right at me. I'm like, I got a little blood here. Dirt on me, knuckles bleeding, I think. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? And might have had a little blood. I don't know. Nothing crazy though, but it was obvious I was involved. I'm like, homie's like, yo, come on, make him get. I'm like, get me on the block. So I go, right? But then I take one last look backwards, right? And I'm like, yo, is that us? That's something. My homie's like, no, that's not us. I'm like, yes, it is. And I ran. It was Nitty. The big homie, the one that did get disrespected in the joint, but like I said, I believe now that was because you had a parole. You was going home, bro. I can't fault him for that, man. You know. So whatever, he was getting in when it was necessary, bro. He's boom, and then I think maybe Mello, somebody was right, whatever. So I go down and I start running to go help him. CO closes the gate. They cuffed them. As soon as I start running back, everybody's cuffed. I'm just the last dickhead like this. Dumb as shit. I could have made it to the block. They would have gotten me. They're going to check cameras, right? They're getting people up to weeks later after they're watching the security cameras, right? So we all saying, well, you're spitting out your shit, letting people know who you are because all this shit just went down. So you want people to know who just did it. You know what I mean? So Yeah, and I'm the last one. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, here. I'm like, do I do some funny shit, run around the yard? Like, no, fuck it. I'm talking my shit. I'm talking my shit. Like, fuck it, man. Cuff me up. And I'm like, I asked the CEO, like, yo, how bad is it? Because now, mind you, I don't know at this time that the razor didn't cut. You know what I mean? I didn't know that. So I'm thinking I have an X on my face. He's like, nah, you're not too bad. A little bit of blood here, little right here, and nah, you're good. You know. And I'm like, no, the cut in my hands is cuffing the cut on my face. You know, the cut on my face. He's like, nah, bro, you're good. Like, nah, I don't have no X on my face. I don't believe him, right? I'm thinking he's lying. He's like, listen, I wouldn't lie to you. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, cool. Like, all right, that's what I was worried about, man. Walking around with an X on my face, I'm mad as shit. Last person to get cuffed, though. But I brought my dumb ass back through the gate. I would have, like I said, they would have caught me eventually, even if I did get back to the block. But when you're in that situation, you get back to the block, now you're trying to eat real quick or whatever, or pack up, you know, some tobacco or a light or whatever to go to the hole. At the time, I was smoking and all that. So, yeah. Real major incident. Like I said, I found out later on the strength of the homie Animal, which he was on a different side. But like I said, I have seen him later on in one of my other prisons. Good dude. He's not on nothing no more. We just ended up on opposite sides of the field, man. You know, no hard feelings. Like, I have a lot of respect for a lot of dudes on that side. You was that. We was this. You know, motherfuckers stood the ground, bro. That's how it's supposed to go, like, in them situations. But it started over something petty, and that was my own side, you know, just on some bullshit. Like, and I think that came from a place of jealousy because my name started being mentioned more. Now, you know, I started, I guess, maybe outshine. That's not me speaking, and I could be incorrect. This is my interpretation of what happened and why it happened. You know, but I believe that was the case because at that point, people started respecting me and not having so much respect for certain other people. Not everybody on my side, because like I said, Chaz was getting it in, Core was getting it in, Maine was getting it in, you know what I mean? There's all incidents I'll talk about because people got caught, you know what I mean? Or if it's something that's so far away, then, you know, like I said, they're not talking about no jailhouse murders or anything. Those are very hard to ever get away with. There's cameras everywhere, so it's not going to be like, yo, this guy, but nobody got caught. No, if you did that in jail, at least ours, you know what I mean? You're getting caught now. Like, you know what I mean? It's very hard otherwise. So nothing I mentioned is anything that can incriminate anybody and, you know, whatever. All stuff that's well known. But so a few people on my side was getting respect. But like I said, when somebody against the odds comes in, minority in prison, you know what I mean? Then who's not expected to do something or this or that, you know, you start building up when you're white and you're putting in work because our state, a lot of the white guys upstate have fucking, excuse my, sexual assaults and child molesting and rapes and all this weird shit, or just some like, you know, stealing, you know, dudes are soft, dudes are getting run down. So when you're a white guy, you stand up for yourself. You know, like I said, you will be boosted up more than somebody of another nationality, another race. You know what I mean? Generally speaking. So I believe that was the cause of it. So whatever, bam, we're going to the hole. Now, when a riot happens, right, this many people are going to hold 30. Let's say 30 to start off, because I think they booked 30 like that day. And as they're watching footage, they slowly started bringing more people in the hole. The hole never has that much room. What they do in the hole is you have your date, you get this amount of time, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, whatever it is. And they usually let you go the Wednesday or Thursday before that when you see the periodic review committee. I'm spitting on the camera. The periodic review committee, PRC, right? So when a riot happens, you know, then you got to start letting people out of the hole early because you don't have any room. You got to deal with the guys that just got in trouble. This is a major incident. People got stabbed. People got cut. I know Mello got stabbed in his stomach. Core got his face cut. I think he got stabbed too. Art, they said Art was crawling on the ground. I don't know if that's true. Getting beat, I don't know, stab, punch, whatever. You know what I mean? So, whatever, bro. You know what I mean? So, like I said, so they got to kick people out. So when we're put in the hole, we're not actually in the hole. We're in the hole's visiting room. You're not allowed to have person-to-person visits in the hole. You have to have a visit through glass. There's only a few areas. Then you got the strip cages that you're waiting to get stripped searched to go to the hole. Because you get strip searched going to the hole. So they got us all spread out. Everybody mixed in that. And dudes are talking. I'm just quiet, right? Now, when I found out later, when we went to the hole, like we're in a hole, and they're putting mostly my guys on one block and then Animals next to me. Now, when we're back in the hole, they got the whole jail talking about this. People still come back to the hole like the whole jail's talking about this, right? Pretty soon, the whole state. It's how a lot of people came to know who I was at that time. In my later incarcerations, I was more mellow, so it's, you know, not as many people would know me in the later. So, and whatever, that's cool. That's how I preferred it. You know what I mean? So, we're next to Animal, and, you know, dudes start talking their stuff. Bro, I lie. If I'm lying, I'm dying, bro. What do they say, bro? Animal said this, my man. Hopefully we can find out because he'll vouch for all this. So, dudes on my side start, you know, screaming out, you know, our group and all that, and da-da-da-da. And, yo, my word. Animal said, listen, none of y'all was doing that population except for C's, bro. Nobody's doing that, but because when I cut, I don't say that's, the dudes that were putting in work on our side weren't loudmouth. So, yeah, technically they weren't, but they were about that. So I ain't taking none from them, but this is what was said. And he's like, yo, C's, let me highlight you an event. So I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, yo, I'm just going to tell you, like, I was up there with my homies. Now, mind you, this is the person that, Hispanic, right? And he was with the Bloods at the time, no longer, you know, so, and this is a common name anyway, so, but like I said, this person, Animal, was with the Bloods at the time, but he's Puerto Rican, so he was cool with some of the Kings as well, and some of them jumped in on his behalf. That's why I said the groups were mixing, because they didn't know who they were fighting for, except for the person that knew Animal specifically. They knew him, but they didn't know who he was with, so it got some confusion, whatever, but he said this, he's like, yo, C's, I was up there talking to my homie, right, the Kings, the dudes that just went against us with that, the few, it wasn't the whole group, you know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for them too. A lot of homies, this, that, too. So no disrespect to the, you know what I mean? To the organization. Strong mentally and intellectual and all that. But, so, warriors. I look at them as warriors, bro. So, whatever. He's like, yo, when we was up there, right? He's like, they was big. My homies is like, yo, we don't respect none of y'all except for the white boy. He's the only one involved. Like, every situation he there, and y'all just be on some, like I said, that is not entirely true. This is just what's said. Because we had some guys that was really putting it in. You know what I mean? But they was a little more low-key, and it's not like they was rain bucks that they getting away with stuff, so it's not like necessarily, but people knew. Trust me, people knew them. Like I said, Core Chaz and all that, like, people knew they was putting in work, man. So, Black was putting in work, Juve, like, you know what I mean? So, it's like I said, however, this is what was said, this group that got caught. Because some of our greatest guys, our greatest soldiers, warriors, Black Jers, they were not in yard at the time, because they definitely would have been in it. They don't, you know, they really... They're really about that. You know what I mean? Like, I would never forget them guys. Thorough, solid, and they stand on business. That's what y'all say now. They stand on business. So he's like, yeah, bro, they was bigging you up, and your homies was on some hating shit, bro. Like nah, like that, like no, he this and that. Like, if me and you, if you're getting jumped or we're getting jumped and we're fighting this other side, and I really get it in, or you really get it in, right? And I don't get mine off, say, but I'm trying, you know, but I don't get it off. And they're bigging you up to me, right? Yeah, we don't respect you. You're a bitch. Your homie, though, yeah, we respect. I mean, I'm going to tell you, bro, even though my pride's going to be hurt, I'm going to be like, yo, bro, just to let you know, they was bigging you up, though. You know what I mean? Like, I keep it real, though. Like, I keep it real. That's rare. So, whatever, long story short, I remember the warden's coming in. He's trying to find out what happens. He's coming in. He's like, yeah, he going to each person he thinks he got a report with, right? He let me go on extorting a child molester before, so I guess he thought we were cool, bro. But whatever. I appreciate the jail for not supporting them type of incarcerated individuals, you know what I mean? So they should have it a lot rougher. But, yo, what was this over? I'm like, I don't know. The whole shit over me. So listen, we're in a hole. I should have cut this to another video, but let me give it to you guys because I got through everything else quick, right? Not much to it, but we're in a hole, right? Now they're saying that the suits are here. The suits are central office, like the big guys, like the FBI. Like, I think now they're called, I don't know if they called it then. It was BBI or something, but it's like the FBI of jail. Like, you know what I mean? So they're there, and they're bringing everybody in the office, and they're showing the Riot video, and they're asking questions, and obviously my name's coming up, and I didn't go. I'm not going to lie. For egotistical reasons, I really wanted to go because they were showing people the video, and I wanted to see how it looked on video. Because you can remember it any type of way, right? You can remember yourself flying in the air, circling the jail, but reality is not always reflected in our memories. You know what I mean? You remember best you can, or you think it is, but how many times have you been in a fight or situation where somebody tells you something happened that you don't remember, or you don't even think's accurate? Like, bro, come on. No, all right. You know what I mean? Because people remember things exaggerated in exaggerated manner. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I try to reflect or tell my stories as accurately as possible. But there's times I'll say something that I remember back, like, oh, it was a little bit different. And when I do that, I will point that out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they're bringing everybody in. Like, I want to go so bad, but I know you're not supposed to, up there, we tried to establish a rule where you have to go with somebody. If you're not going to honor that, and usually they honored it when you're in population. However, in the whole, they definitely weren't. But we were starting to get them to allow us to do that in population. But, you got to stay this out. But I knew dudes were going to be telling. And I didn't want my name to be up in that. So I'm like, I'm just not going to go. However, they're showing people the video. And people are bigging me up. Like, yo, Caesar, get in. And this and that. And, yo, such and such was crawling. He's on his back. And he was this and that. And they asked this and they asked that. I'm like, damn, bro. Like I said, because of my ego, I wanted to see that tape. Because why not, bro? If you just fought in a match or whatever, or something you thought good at, your baseball game or whatever, football, you're gonna watch it. Like you think you did your thing, or people are saying, yeah, I watched the game. You want to see it, but like I said, I didn't. I remember the hero examiner coming in to the room right before we get to the hole though, and we're like I said in the visitor rooms, like handcuffed for hours like this. Arms hurting, people are pissing in the corner of the cells because we're in there for hours. That shit takes time. You gotta pick who you can tell to leave, who to actually. I got out of the hole before early because they had a riot in the jail. I think it was 215 and maybe the Kings or the Bloods, 215 and the Blood, whatever groups. But I got out of the hole because there was a riot. You know what I mean? They needed the room. I got to tell that story too another time. So I'm going. You guys got to stay with me, Prison Diaries, man. Some of the stuff is crazy, like I said. And I mean, it's crazy to survive this, but at the time, we thought we were making jail fun, man. And this just was part of jail. And obviously getting stabbed and cut and all that is not fun in and of itself, but the adventure to a degree. And that's a jacked up way of thinking. I'm trying not to curse as much anymore, so I'm going to use some alternate words. That's a messed up way of thinking. But that was how we thought. You know what I mean? And thinking back sometimes like, damn, that was crazy. But yeah, no, it's not that cool, bro. Like, it's not that cool. That's a messed up way to live. But however, after that incident, and I seen how easily they, people turn their back on me that I gave so much loyalty to, I started shying away from that group. The hearing examiner came in from the beginning, guilty or not. He said this to the whole group, guilty or not. Well, not to when we were in there waiting to go back, right? And I heard him. He told the CO, guilty or not guilty. Everybody's getting 60 days. I'm like, cool, bro. We got it right. We're only getting 60 days. I got 6 months for, I think way less than assault, whack, and tattooing. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's way the new case. That was a new case situation. I'm going to get to that in another video. But, so, 60 days, I'm like, all right. I end up being, one of the first to get kicked out. They wanted me gone. 60 days. 60 days in, the whole... No, these dudes do the 60-day in show and tap out, bro. That was a basic whole bit. I was happy to get only 60 days, right? You got to cellulate this time. You got his toilet. You got to use the bathroom with your celly there. Like, it's nutty. That's nutty, man. You're not getting no commissary. You get these little trays. You're hungry all the time. You lose all your muscle mass. If you had any to begin with, you're shriveling up. You're just stuck in a cell all day. You get 2 books a week. That's it. That's all you had at the time. The hole's a little different now for people with mental health disorders. But at that time, this was, rough whole time. But we looked at 60 days like, all right, that's like a county bid. We're looking at that like, yo, you just got a county bid. Like, you're not going upstate. That's what it seems like because it's nothing. And they end up getting rid of me, I think, a couple weeks after because after 60 days, that's your DC time. That's your disciplinary custody time. How much time you get for your write-up. After that, you switch to AC. You're technically in the hole, but you're not under hole status. So your DC is at 60 days. Maybe a week early, they might flip you over to AC. When you're on AC, you could get transferred. It's rare to get transferred on DC. AC is administrative custody. You're switching over. You're not permitted to be in population anymore in this prison for your own safety or for the safety of others, whatever they choose to say in that situation. You know what I mean? It's irrelevant. So they'll say for your safety if they want, or they'll say for their... That's what they do to get you out of the jail. And that's when I end up going to Mahanoy. And, there was a few instances there, and I ended up getting kicked out of there. But we will get to that in Prison Diaries, episode 3, man. Yo, if you like my video, subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and comment below. Any questions, comments, concerns? You want me to elaborate on anything? Do you want me to let me know. Let me know how these videos are going and how can I improve. I'm not prideful. Keep tuning in. Just a felon, but I'm more than that. Live loyal.